I see a lot of like discourse on social media about young women being like, old women are so bitter and all this, and like so jealous and all this. And I think the biggest,
we're not jealous,
but also the biggest lie and the biggest mess up that patriarchy has done to young women is to make young women think old women are bitter when they give us valuable advice.
Absolutely.
Right? And I'm like, no, they've literally lived our lives. Listen. But the patriarchy has convinced young women that older women are bitter. And then men can do their bullshit on young women. And I'm always like, no,
I found that video so valuable because I feel like it sums up so many things, especially like some of the comments that I get from especially South Asian men. They go, you need to heal. Don't be so bitter. Somebody hurt you, so don't poison the other women. And it's for exactly this reason, because if women who have had experiences share them with younger women will be wiser. And that's the last thing they want. They want you to be easy prey. So they will make older women sound like, oh, she's broken and she needs to chill out. But actually, it is so vital for younger women to hear from those women. I even saw a video from the Sunnah guy who said, don't take advice from divorced women who couldn't keep a man. And I had to sort of reflect and sit back and I think, okay, fine. If he's saying that from a perspective of a man who feels his duties as a qawam, then I can understand that. Because there are a lot of men out there that are good and decent and providing what they need. And the narcissistic women of this world are just, it's not enough for them. But generally speaking, that kind of commentary adds to this kind of patriarchal oppression that we have on the fact that women speaking up seems to be such a trigger for men, especially South Asian men. And the amount of, oh, stop poisoning all the other women. This video is so perfect for that because it's not poisoning them. It's enlightening them. It's making them aware of the things that men are capable of in this world. And just because women have gained wisdom through experience doesn't mean that they should be belittled. When men have experience, they are clapped. Oh, you're so smart. You know this, this and this. But when it comes to a woman, you straight away go for her izzat. Oh, look at all this stuff she's been through. And you're using that as an insult to keep us quiet. And that is one of the biggest motivations for me when I make my content. Because I am so past that point of hearing other people's opinions or their social, the elements that South Asians have of putting you down as a woman when you have something you feel is valuable to say. I'm just past that point. You know, when people comment saying, oh, you're so bitter and you've been through this and that, I just giggle. Because you have to know yourself so strongly in this world to not be coerced by others. And unfortunately, like many of you ladies in the South Asian community, you have been mentally and emotionally battered down. And it's all contradictory information. So don't be sexual, but as soon as you're married, be a sex goddess. You know, don't do anything, like all this laboring work when you're younger. You'll do it when you're married. But when you're married, you're supposed to know how to make a biryani and all these big things for, 50 people coming over. When you don't speak up for something you know about, they'll say, oh, she doesn't know anything. Isko kya pata hai? But when you do speak up, all of a sudden you're bitter and you're poisoning the universe. So it's very important as women that we work on our self-esteem, ladies. Know who you are. Understand who you are. And that stuff takes time. And that's why I always urge for the women that have young children, it's your time now. You can make the next generation so mentally and emotionally secure that they are themselves and calm and collected people who are not emotional punching bags for others and don't easily get coerced. Because self-esteem is about knowing who you are and what you're connected to, no matter what situation or opinion is you're presented with. And personally, as a Muslim woman, I'm a woman of Allah. And no one can judge me apart from Allah. And if I keep myself steadfast in the knowledge and keep learning about what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from me via the Quran and Sunnah, no one can budge me from my spot. They can't. And anybody who's respectful and God-fearing themselves, they will never go out of their way to put other people down. Remember this, secure people never go out of their way to insult others. They don't put other people down. It's just not in a secure person's mentality. They're too busy being happy. It's always the bitter, twisted, ulterior motive people that have the most opinions about how you are. So learn yourselves and be confident in yourselves without being arrogant and full of attitude. The more you practice being yourself, the easier it will become. And that pushback that you initially get, people will get over it. Trust me.